Hi! Today's video is a very exciting one because I'm going to be testing out the new Charlotte Tilbury foundation that literally everybody has been talking about and raving about. I'm going to try and do a wear test for as long as I possibly can, as long as I can keep my eyes open for. That's how long I'm going to be testing the foundation out for. So I've got it on my skin right now, so we're just going to do a first impressions and a wear test with some check-ins throughout the day, hopefully, if I remember. So yeah, if you just want to see a quick little review on this guy, then grab your beverage, of course, as always, and just relax and enjoy the video. Okay, so what I've done so far is my eyebrows. That's about it. Let's get straight into it. But of course, we're going to be testing out the Charlotte Tilbury Charlotte's Beautiful Skin Foundation. Everybody has been talking about this, and I know there's been so many testing videos, and you're probably sick of seeing these videos testing this, but I'm doing it kind of late because I wasn't gonna buy this, and I was like, don't buy it, and then I bought it. Oh well. Okay, so I'm just gonna prime my skin. By the way, I'm gonna be using the Milani SPF BFF. I usually like to use a face primer that I know and that I trust, so then if there's any issues with, you know, any new foundation or anything that I'm trying, it's not going to be the primer. So I used to always use my Smashbox, the primerizer, but I have not repurchased that yet because I'm trying to go through the primers that I've got in my drawer. I put way too much of this on, but it's fine. So primer is all in. Oh, I forgot to say, grab your beverage. We finally figured out Demelza, the coffee machine, by the way. So I made a latte, and it's actually good. So she's back. So here is the foundation. So that it's a medium coverage, light as air foundation that's infused with hyaluronic acid. It's got brightening rose complex in it as well, and it's supposed to give your skin a healthy looking glow. The complexion is also supposed to be glowy, brighter and smoother if you use this over time. So basically it's a nice dewy foundation that is supposed to have a lot of skincare benefits as far as I'm concerned. The shade that I got is 6 Cool, and I was actually going to get 6 Neutral. I was actually out with my friends and we went to the Charlotte Tilbury stand just to have a look, because my other friend wanted to get a sample of it, and one of my friends actually knew the girl at the Charlotte Tilbury stand, so she just asked if I wanted a colour match, and I was like, you know what? I could probably do with being colour matched because I always get the wrong shades in everything. So I was originally going to get 6 Neutral. She matched me to 6 Cool, which I was a bit no, because I'm never cool anything. I'm always warm or sometimes a beige, but she did put Neutral next to it, and basically Cool is actually a bit warmer than 6 Neutral, so if you're similar to my skin tone or the same as me, maybe go for, I mean, you can see it on me in a minute, but Cool is actually a bit warmer because it's got a bit more of a pinky undertone. I was a bit iffy about that because I was like, I'm more yellowy than pink, but she did swatch Neutral on me and she thought that'd wash me out all over my skin. So I went with Cool. I'm just gonna clean my foundation brush, by the way, because I realised I haven't cleaned it, so I'm just gonna... we are gonna do a wear test. I've got a load of... every day I've basically just got a lot of shit to do, so I've got a lot of stuff to do today, so we're gonna do a wear test for as long as I can possibly do. So I'm gonna do one side with a brush and one side with a sponge. I did wash my brush, but my sponge as well, but it's just stained. So that's what the skin tint looks like. No, I keep saying skin tint, it's a foundation. So that's what the packaging looks like. It reminds me of the YSL foundation. Does anyone remember that? Right, so my skin wise, I've got quite a few breakouts at the moment. My skin's just kind of been going through it, and I have not been drinking enough water, and my skin has responded to that. So I kind of did a pump and a half, so because I don't think I pumped it enough, you know when you pump a new foundation. So usually I don't watch reviews on things if I'm gonna do a testing video myself, because I just don't want anyone else's like thoughts like getting into my head. So then when I like do the testing video myself, I can just kind of go in with just like a clear mind, no like preconceived like opinions. Like, not that like I'd be swayed by what anyone says, but then you might kind of just have something like subconsciously like in your head from, you know, someone else's video. So I usually don't watch other people's videos first, but because I originally wasn't going to buy this, I did watch some. To be fair, I've kind of watched them. Okay, the pump isn't it's not even coming out properly. Okay. Let me just blend out the side of my forehead. Oh, this is the, if you don't know what brush this is, by the way, it's the Love is the Foundation brush from It Cosmetics. How did I literally forget that? This is my favourite brush. So, I kind of agree with the colour match slightly, because I do think that the other one definitely would have washed me out, but like if you like compare it to like my body, like my arms and like my neck, you can kind of see that like my skin is a bit more olivey. So this is the side of my face with a brush. So it does look very, very glowy, very, very radiant, as you can see. Obviously it hasn't fully covered up those giant like breakouts that I've got there. I didn't expect it to, with obviously it being like a light to medium coverage. But it looks really nice on the skin. Very, very glowy. I'm here for it. I have dry skin, so I'm here for that. Okay, now I'm going to go on this side with my sponge. And I'm using a Sonia Kashuk sponge, which I really wish they sold in the UK. This pump, not the best. To be fair, it's got a lot more coverage than I expected it to. Like, I just thought it would be a bit more lightweight, but it has actually got fairly good coverage, not gonna lie. I think this shade is actually right for me, to be fair. I do kind of agree with her now. I get what she meant, because neutral was, yeah, it was yellow, but I know what she meant. I do think that might have washed me out slightly. Okay. So it blends out very quickly, very easily as well. This is it blended out with a sponge. So as a first impression, I do quite like it. I feel like it is nice and lightweight. It's the kind of foundation that I like to wear personally. Very nice and glowy, very good for dry skin. So far so good. So I'm just going to do the rest of my makeup and we'll just do it together. If you want to skip past this, feel free. So concealer, I'm going to use the Beauty Bakerie Insta Bake. I'm just going to keep it quite minimal with makeup today. Like, I'm not going to do eyeshadow or anything like that. I'm going to blend that out with the JH08 brush from Morphe. I've also got a new bronzer to try today, so we can try that. I didn't actually get the Charlotte Tilbury foundation from Selfridges from the counter because I had a discount code with Cult Beauty to use. Okay, so that's concealer blended out. So I am going to use a powder under my eyes. I have been using the Charlotte Tilbury powder at the moment, but because that kind of blurs your skin and everything, and we want to test the foundation, obviously, I'm just going to use a normal translucent powder. So this is the Catrice True Skin Loose Powder. Let that bake a little bit and just have some coffee. Okay, that's enough time. For blush, I'm going to use the Flower Beauty Flower Bomb, I think they're called. Blush Bomb, and this one is in the shade Cinnamon. Okay, I'm going to blend that out with my Fenty face brush, which definitely needs a wash. I'm going to clean all my brushes today, I think. They need it. Okay, so now I've got a new bronzer to try. So this is a brand that I've heard some good things about. They're called, okay, it's either Liss Beauty or LYS. I'm gonna go with LYS, I'm not really sure. But yeah, this is their No Limits matte bronzer, so it's just a powdered bronzer. And it says that it's got green tea extract, sodium hyaluronic, helps to retain skin's moisture, and it's got niacinamide in it as well. Like, how good is that for a bronzer to have all this stuff in? So yeah, this is the packaging. It's so cute. They have blushes as well, but I was like, look, you want the bronzer, so keep it to that. So this is the shade that I got, which is Motivate. It is their lightest shade, but when I was looking at it on the website, like, this will be okay for me because I think the shade up from this looked a bit too deep. And we'll go ahead and use my favourite bronzer brush, which is from Brushworks. I don't know how pigmented it's going to be either, so. Oh, it's actually quite warm. So it's a lot warmer than it looks like in the pan. It looks quite cool toned there, but yeah, no, it's coming off quite warm. Yeah, okay, definitely the right shade. We'll leave it to that, but so far so good with the bronzer. I do like that. I'm just gonna finish off the rest of my makeup and I'll just leave everything in the description box because it's just boring stuff like the eyes and the lips and stuff. So I'll be right back and then I can show you like what the foundation looks with all my makeup done. Okay, so I just finished off the rest of my makeup. Like I said, just kept it very, very simple. Just threw on some mascara and just literally just a lip liner. Looking at the foundation, I do actually really like it as a first impression so far. Obviously, I've literally just put it on. Also, it's like just after 1 p.m. So I'd say I've probably had it on for like half an hour-ish. So call it 12:30 that I like put the foundation on. We'll see how long that I can keep this on for. I'll try and keep it on at least 8 hours. I think I could do like a good 8-hour wear test at least. But yeah, like I said, so far so good, and it does look very nice and healthy, very nice and fresh as well. And I'm a fan so far, so I'll keep popping back in and doing some check-ins throughout the day. Hi! Okay, I'm back. So it's now 10 to 4. So I've had the makeup on for about 4 hours so far. So let's just, haven't actually looked. If I haven't obviously touched up, and I'm not going to touch up anything, but it's still looking exactly the same, to be fair. I've been out, done a couple things, and it still looks the same. So I'm happy. No issues so far. So I'll probably do one more check-in, which will just be the end of the night probably. So we'll see if I can keep on for another 4, maybe 5 hours. We'll see how tired I get. But yeah, so far so good. I don't know why I was expecting it to like maybe be a bit more glowy as the day's gone on or anything or something like that, because it is like very, very dewy. But it's still holding up pretty good. And like obviously you saw me apply my makeup before. I only powdered just under my eyes. I didn't powder like my T-zone or like my chin or like my cheeks or anything. Like I just kept it under my eyes. But yeah, so far so good. I'm enjoying it. I checked in with one of my friends as well that tried it. She said that she just got like a sample pot and she said she loves it already. So that is great. Forgot my phone. Time is 7:30 p.m. 7.5 hours, I'd say, ish. Honestly, it looks exactly the same as it did, I think, when I put it on. I think there might be like a tiny bit of shine, but like it's not oily or anything like that. And besides, I have very, very dry skin anyway. I don't think I was gonna notice much like oiliness or anything like that. But it's held up so well throughout the day. Like, I'm so impressed. Like, it is a very, very nice foundation. I've eaten, I've drank, and yeah, like I said, I haven't touched up, I haven't done anything to my face really. And yeah, I am very impressed with it, so I'll give you another close-up. Overall, first impression from today, I really like it. I really do like it. And yeah, I've got no complaints about it, to be honest. Apart from maybe it was just mine, like the pump is just a bit annoying. These like pumps on foundations aren't my favourite. Like I know the e.l.f. like CC cream is like this, because I just feel like the product doesn't, because you don't obviously pump it like that, do you? You pump it this way. So I feel like when you're holding it that way, obviously the product's going down. So I don't know, just that is probably my only thing, but that's just a packaging thing. But the actual foundation itself I do really like. Obviously I'm going to keep using it, I'll keep testing it out. If I have any opinion changes or if I notice anything different the more I use it, I'll let you know. As far as like which side I prefer, so this was my brush side and this was the side I blended out with a sponge. Honestly, like coverage wise as well, like I can't remember if I mentioned this earlier, but I actually can't tell a difference, like if there was less coverage with the sponge, which I do usually find when you blend things out with a sponge, because obviously it absorbs like a bit when you obviously bounce it in. Yeah, like I said, coverage wise, both sides of my face look the same, so I don't think there is much difference there. So I guess that is it for the video. So thank you so much for watching, joining me for this wear test. And of course, let me know if you tried this foundation or if you're going to. Let me know what your thoughts are or any concerns or anything like that. And yeah, apart from that, thank you again for watching and I'll see you in my next video.